Welcome back to another
back.
episode of Find Your Beach, Remote Status, Cross Country.
Long distance marriage.
Yeah, long distance marriage. As many of you know, I've returned to my roots and gone back to the Mormon church. I'm here in Salt Lake City. I'm going to do my mission.
I thought you meant rehab when you said your roots.
Yeah. Well, I'm running a Mormon for-profit rehab out here. So
yeah,
it's pretty
it
cool.
Seems like it's got integrity.
Yeah, I'm going all over the valleys, Levi, Ogden, Provo, Orem, and I'm just kind
picking up,
scooping up opioid addicts, meth heads, and then I sign them up actually for Obamacare, and then I take them to my rehab. So it's pretty cool.
Cool. So, I mean, at least you do all the paperwork.
It's a one-stop shop.
Because if there is one thing that is worse than withdrawal,
paperwork on withdrawal.
Yeah.
Paperwork when you're withdrawing. Oh my God, they didn't show that episode of Euphoria where Rue is weaning off opioids and she has to do homework.
She has to remember her social security number. Nightmare. It's so funny. Whenever I always think about how it's such a pain in the ass to do paperwork. And then when I think about a drug addict having to do it, it's even more of a pain in the ass because none of them ever can find their ID. I definitely did not have a working identification. I had no passport. I had no driver's license.
I remember a time.
I think it was a year in that I got one.
Yeah, I remember a time in New York, right before, I don't know, it was a long time ago, and I had lost my license and I'd lost my passport card, and so I just had my passport, and then I lost that passport, and I had zero ID. I had to get a new ID I actually ordered an ID from Washington, and they sent me an ID that didn't have a picture on it.
Yeah, I had that too. That piece of paper where you're like, this is my passport. And they're like, this is written in crayon.
Yeah, this is, you made this at home with a set of markers.
Yeah.
Sir, why does your passport smell like blueberries?
I'd be like, I can drink with this. It's fine.
I had to actually go to the passport office with my dad, and he had to sign an affidavit that I was who I am.
Jesus Christ. At NBC, they make you sign an affidavit for a certain kind of mask. The ones that are white with the yellow straps. It's two yellow straps.
Yeah.
You have to sign an affidavit for those masks.
Saying you'll wear them, or saying that you are
saying that you're aware of the type of that the
you're frozen a little
breathing
bit.
You can't, that your breathing is more restricted.
Oh, okay. I guess my internet connection is unstable. I hope whatever. We'll see what it looks like at the end.
You froze for a second, but you're good.
Yeah, this is you guys. As you know, we've been trying to acclimate to Rosie's new hour. Congratulations, Rosebud. Hours. That's what I said, right? Or
we've all been trying to acclimate to Rosie's new act.
Yeah, her new act is honestly painful and
pretty bad.
We have to acclimate to it. I had to go to Utah for a couple weeks just to kind of get some space.
Oh God. Yep. I want to say thank you to the people of the Patreon, because I got a lot of congratulatory messages from you guys, and I wanted to say thank you. And a bunch of you wanted to know which sketches.
Be careful, that gets out. You'll get fired immediately if they hear you calling it sketches.
Which sketches I wrote. And last week I wrote none. I assisted on a sketch that was, I think, it was my favorite sketch of the night, but the podcast Set for White Guys. And that was a sketch wrote by Che and Will Steven. and it was very funny, in my opinion. I loved it.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I actually got a lot of congratulations for you too. You didn't acknowledge my congratulations post where I said that Pete Davidson was showing you the top of the rock.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. A lot of people thought that was me. Who was that, by the way?
I just changed my own name and picture to Rosebud, and then I sent the text to myself.
Oh God, brilliant. Really great.
I even timed it so that the timestamps on it would look like you had ignored me till like 4 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. I was pretty excited
Wow.
about it. And then also, I had to stand up for I actually felt kind of lame because I did some clap back to a troll, and then I realized that I like didn't just say something funny. I said something like I got angry and I wasn't funny. I was just like, she's the hardest goddamn woman I know. You don't talk about my wife like that.
Yeah, that was sweet though. I thought that was really sweet. There was like a guy on Twitter who's like not really a comic, who I think I blocked him like 3 years ago because he's just messy. And I remember like seeing his Twitter and being like, I should delete this guy. Like I should just block him just in case I ever do get a job. And he did not find out until I got a job.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And then he assumed that it was because he knows who my grandfather is.
Which you've
And I was
stated
like,
publicly a
yeah,
lot.
which he was very publicly upset that I had blocked him, even though we've never met, which is just he's not well. You know what I mean? Like people aren't well on
Yeah, there was
Twitter.
it was funny because I know him like socially. Never hung out with him, but I've like, seen him
Can you tell
around.
me something? Does he smell like an old shower curtain?
He's definitely got like day drunk vibes. I think
Yeah.
he smells like beer and cigarettes.
Yeah.
But I just did that one reply. That's it. I just wrote that one reply. I think I actually I quote tweeted it where I replied to him, and then like thousands of people dunked on him. It was just like there was like a couple of his like commie friends that were like, of course having a father in this or a grandfather that worked for the government helped her get a job. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Fucking Condoleezza Rice called in a favor with fucking Les Moonves.
You know what though? It's better to let those people think that that's the way that stuff works, because it's like, I mean, if they had done even like just a little bit of work, they would know that isn't. But I think it's a way that they allow themselves to not continue working.
That's what like if anybody asks me how you got that job or if they have advice, because people for some reason think I'm a conduit to all your information sometimes. Not recently, they've gotten better about it. But I'm just, if somebody's like, so how does one get a job at Saturday Night Live? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, you do comedy, okay? But it doesn't really matter for how long, because what you're really going to want to do is you're going to want to have you need a time machine, and your grandfather, he goes back, you go back in time and you say, get into politics. And then you kind of have him set up some banana republics and do some kind of like diplomatic kind of work, and then eventually he gets established as the Secretary of State.
Right.
And a couple years later, your guys' timelines will match up, and that's when you say, hey grandpa, I want to work for America's Got Talent. Can you make me an executive producer? And he has the CIA go to the people's house and they hold a gun to their head until they hire you.
Yeah. And that's actually, I'm going to say the same thing. When people are like, can I get some advice? I'm going to be like, stop writing. Stop.
That's what I wanted to say to all of them. I was like, well, why don't you have a relatable, funny act? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about not getting fucked up during the day and like being like a likable person.
My favorite, my favorite, my favorite response to his tweet was somebody was like, basically inferring that I did not block him because he knows who my grandfather is, because he was like, isn't her grandfather like a part of, oh my God, there's a bobcat behind you, Andy.
Yes, be careful. I have to be very still.
He goes, isn't it part of her act that her, like who her grandfather is? And he goes, I wouldn't know. She blocked me. And I just responded. I was like, yeah, that's the difference between us. Like your act is on Twitter and mine is in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I didn't see any response from that because he is still blocked, and I just didn't, I don't care. I had like
Real shit to
stuff
do.
to do. So
well, I mean, it probably
but that
wasn't
was fun.
it probably wasn't necessary that I like, made whatever hay out of
No, I
it.
thought it was sweet.
Yeah, I got defensive.
It was sweet. I thought it was really cute.
Well, thanks, babe. Now, let's talk about this because I I've been gone for almost the entire time you've been working at Saturday Night Live, and I've been doing comedy, which is been great. I've been having a lot of fun on the road, but I've also been kind of exploring the wilderness. So I don't really know what your new life is like. It seems like you kind of are immersed immediately into this job, and you're just kind of like it's going to take a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it's like actually I found out that there's like a documentary that James Franco made, which I'm sorry to start a sentence like that, but there there is a documentary that James Franco made about how the show is put together.